Hello boys, my name is Kyoshi and this is kind of an odd way to start. Well, remember the special gifts I mentioned? As part of a pre-purchase order bonus and other stuff and download bonus for getting Pokémon Shining Pearl, I am given a once only redeemable gift that could be used to better set up my aimplay and a couple of other setups. And I do find that pretty important. But anyways, welcome to Pokémon Shining Pearl, the bonus series, where in the previous episode we finished off our challenge, beating this entire game with just Piplup evolutions, of course. Ended up becoming a Empoleon. But I mentioned a couple of mystery gifts, and since I did the download version, I may as well show all of them off for anybody who hasn't done it yet. The first is the download version purchase bonus, which I just started with right off the bat. So I already have that in. So anyways, for purchasing a full download and entering a correct code, you receive a gift of... That's right, 12 quick balls. Now we're going to select other mystery gifts by saying get for gift, and as you can see, there are multiple different gifts we could actually receive, including a Kobe gift, special Manphy A gift. But what about this A gift? What's so special about it? Manphy is supposed to be a mythical Pokemon. You're not supposed to get a Manphy egg normally. Instead, it was given in the original through what was known as a special event. Oh, of course, there is also a special event. This to, of course, celebrate the release of Pokémon Shining Pearl. If you pre-ordered this game, you get a Manphy egg as a bonus, and I will definitely try to add this to my X as soon as possible because it is definitely a really cool thing. So we're gonna get this now, because may as well. Like other eggs, though, we can't have it just stay in our party necessary for the entire time. Instead, it'll be added to our party and then it'll stay there for a little bit. And in classic fashion, it has the weird thing, whatever. And then I guess the next part is a clothing gift. This one also same, but this one completely different. This one also for pre-ordering the game, but I'm not sure. I'm sure you could get it through other ways as well. So anyway, it does take a little while to get through it. We got the platinum style clothing gift. So yeah, just from doing a couple of other things, we get a Manphy egg and a clothing gift, and now we can go into the game to actually receive them. So yeah. As for the actual Manphy egg, that ended up in our inventory. For the clothing, we actually can't do that in the same way as we always do. Instead, first we have to head to the town map and go to a spot where we would normally be able to change our clothes in a good spot. I don't see anywhere else to do that other than the clothing stores, so the reasons are another, we're gonna fly to whichever town has clothing changes in it and go ahead and actually change. So at first, everything just looks the same and there's not really supposedly good spots to change clothes, but if you go to the right spot, you can potentially find spots where you can change clothes and a few other things. Now, I did mention something about changing my party setup. Because I want to confirm that the challenge is over and other stuff, I will no longer be using an empty party. I'll be actually using multiple party members. So, in slot 2 will now go our new legendary Pokemon, Palkia, which we caught from a previous episode, as well as a Mew. He is only level 1, but he will get experience throughout the game. And, I may as well bring another egg with me to check these as well, so we're gonna actually hatch around 2 or 3 eggs at the same time, which is gonna make this a bit awkward. For the actual party setup, it might be a bit scary, but honestly, I don't really care. Okay, let's actually find out what moves Mew has at first. So, Mew is a special Pokemon in that it essentially gains experience completely differently compared to every other Pokemon in the game. Now, I'm putting these Pokemon in a party because even if I train them, nothing's gonna really happen in terms of completing and competitive stuff, as Mew and Jirachi and other Mythicals are infamously banned, meaning we can't even use them in competition, meaning we can only use them as far as the main game goes, which means there's a lot of limit to what we can actually do and what we cannot do. But anyways, okay, just as I thought. So we have to go to here to go to the style shop, and that's where we can actually try on the platinum style. We cannot do it otherwise. So, back into this area we go. Actually, not even here. I guess we're going to somewhere else. What I find quite interesting is one of the original things that was initially just a special store that was a just another one of those lucky draw things. They completely changed it to be a clothing store. They still have the same music as the original store is. But anyways, all we have to do is change to different styles, and from there we can kind of switch other stuff up. We actually have a summer style right off the bat that we could use as well, but I figure since Platinum... Alright. So now we should be having a Platinum style. At first it doesn't seem like much has changed, but they did slightly alter the covers a little bit to be a little bit different. I'm just showing this off just to make sure that I have the right setup here. Beyond that, we're gonna basically see what happens as we go for the other game. Now, we did receive quite a bit of presents, including other eggs. Those will probably hatch as we play through the game, but now that we've finally done all of that, it's time to finally do these special hidden island gifts that you mentioned. Like, what is that hidden island on the side? The fight area, survival area, resort area? What is this all about? What is this thing that's so mysterious that we don't know about? Well, it turns out that entire area to the side that we just see over there is actually a completely different hidden area dedicated to more trainer battles. That is what we're going to be doing. And of course, we have to still deal with the fact that we cannot use bikes, but we won't be able to use it soon. Do you want to sail to the battle zone? Alright then, let's set sail. Alright. Into the battle zone we go. In Platinum, this became the whole of the infamous remake of Pokemon Emerald's Battle Frontier. Not sure if it's back in this game, but they definitely... Oh, hey, Yoshi. What took you so long? I'm finding you 100 million. Listen up. I'm gonna become the greatest trainer ever. That's why I'm here, to toughen up myself and my Pokemon. Sorry, I couldn't help overhearing that. But the greatest trainer, that's gonna be really tough because you're talking about me. To prove it, I'm going to the volcano right now. Puzzled, you really don't know anything, do you? Alright, I'll tell you. This is the battle zone, okay? At the far end is a volcano, and deep inside that volcano, there's supposed to be a treasure. Hey, deal. If I find the treasure first, that will make me the greatest trainer ever, then that's what I'll do, Yoshi, and you too, stranger. That treasure is mine. Heard that, I'm going to the battle tower. See ya. That guy just can't stay put, anyway. Howdy, I'm Buck, and if that bum thinks he can beat me, he's got another thing coming. You know, this sippy dipsy trainer? You should chase after that guy and tell him not to underestimate the volcano. And, oh, do you know what? You better shape up at the battle towers. I don't like your chances of getting a volcano otherwise. But yeah, this entire area is completely unique and is not like anything else. It's based off of the Pokemon Pearl version of the game. It does have the battle tower like it does in the regular game, but similar to its Pearl counterpart, Pokemon Diamond Pearl counterpart, that's all that's in here. Also, we can't actually go to the battle tower yet, even though clearly it's up top. So instead, we're going to just follow Barry. Alright. And it says here, okay, so that just tells us this is actually a completely separate area where the best trainers don't just gather across the region, but also across the world as well, which is something quite unique. But yeah. I was unused to a chat done the hardiest of traders. They were considered enchantric for getting a price like this. It's hard to believe how much it changed like this. Alright. This guy says, as he remembers what happened in Mount Cornet. In other words, he remembers the light show that happened that was Team Cyrus just completely wrecking the world for no reason or another. Now, because I said that I would change this to have other stuff, I could technically use items again if I wanted to, anywhere. Ooh. It's a Battle Park. Is this your first time visit? Is this your first visit? You'll need to be given a point card. Point cards are only used in the Battle Park. Here you go. We'll take a look at most of these later. If you need information on the point card, please ask the receptionist next to you. I'm the one to ask if you need any information on the facilities here in the Battle Park. For please get the receptionist across from me. It did say we have to go to the battle tower. Oh. What the? Whoops, sorry about that. I was in a rush. Oh, wait a second. Aren't you Yoshi from Twinleaf? Well, that brings back memories. So if you're here, you can't be far apart. This should be fun. See you. Oh, Barry comes as well. Hi, Yoshi, you came to Battle Tower too? I decided how I measure up before going to Start Mountain, but that guy you were just talking to? Nah, it's alright. I got here on my own power. It won't take long before I see him. See ya, Yoshi. I'm gonna toughen up here. Whoa. Excuse me, this place is really craziest. Apparently, if we get a 7-win streak, we can face different people. Alright. This guy says I like to... Apparently, he, tells you, Okay, looks like they definitely changed this. And, the original, Pokemon Sword and Shield, they had this new thing they added where you could straight up run teams to do the Battle Tower with, and it essentially made setups quite a bit ridiculous, but I'm a bit worried. We may have to actually do this. Normally, you're not required to really do the Battle Tower in any Pokemon game in terms of other stuff. Instead, it's intended to be a side thing, initially released as early as Crystal's Battle Tower, Pokemon Crystal, the Generation 2 game's Battle Tower, where you had to do it either at level 50 or any level. And then, there's other stuff as well. But the main thing I'm looking for is basically to, go around and do certain stuff and then just try and go for the main storyline. Alright. At first, you didn't have to do the Battle Tower at all. You would just go straight into something else, and then you wouldn't have to do anything else at all. But for some reason, they made that a requirement, and that is a bit annoying because I have Pokemon that won't even work, and a couple of other things. Ugh, it's just so annoying. I'll have to figure out later if I can enter with a rental team. If I can enter as a rental team, I will definitely do that. So, okay, so I absolutely can't just not visit the Battle Tower without other stuff. I actually have to do it in this. They must have added this as a new thing. Wait a minute. Oh, there's two different slots here. Okay, so this is how you get other rare items. In fact, this is where you're intended to get farming items like the Lucky Egg and also Power Blazer and other stuff. These are essentially your fighting items that you use in the Battle Tower to get through stuff. Which is quite interesting. Alright. And that one tells me I can get hyper training on Pokemon that have reached level 100, which is also a new thing to this newest game. And this is the exchange for the TM stuff. This mostly includes stuff that people use most popular and other stuff. This includes TMs like Infamous Earthquake, Shadow Blow, Brick Bake, and Aerial Attract, and several other stuff. A lot of the rare HMs are there. It also serves as a way to get more Surf HMs if for some reason you cannot get any of those TMs. It's quite odd. It's basically an alternate TM store. However, there are other technical machines we could buy elsewhere too, so there is other stuff. Alright, well. I can see that there's probably nothing getting out of this. We have to try the Battle Tower at least once, but infamously, the Battle Tower normally requires 3 different Pokemon. If we don't have 3 Pokemon at level 50, I don't think we can try it. But at the same time, I also know that certain Pokemon will be boosted up to level 50 to undergo the battle training. The biggest worry, though, is my main Pokemon or whatever that I usually use will not be able to enter it, meaning I'll have to catch Pokemon just to complete this. Okay, I'm in a battle. I'll just enter the single battle rune and see if Empoleon can do all the work. Oh. We can... I wonder if there's a rental team thing again. There must be some kind of hidden rental thing that I don't know about. I'm gonna have to look through it a bit. Alright. Not a lot I can do, unfortunately. Well, the setup is not too bad, because I do still need to get other things. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because I require Pokemon for other setups, I'm going to go to wherever the strongest place is. Kind of a mixed, I think. I'm gonna first go to Sunny Shore, catch a good Pokemon from there, hopefully that has a decent set of moves. And then catch maybe a rock Pokemon from Victory Road, and see if that will be good enough to do other stuff. Or actually, wait, I just realized something. I should catch a rain team. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and find a Pelipper that has Drizzle, and then Quick Ball that to catch that. And have that as my lead so I can bring up rain, and that could become really useful because having rain will allow me to just surf a lot of Pokemon down, and that'll work as well. So, you know what? It's gonna seem really awkward, but yeah, I'm gonna build a team of mostly only water types. Of course, to support that, I want to also catch a Tentacruel as well as other stuff, so yeah, you're gonna be seeing catching, which we haven't done in a while. We have not done this in a while. Thankfully, we have the Quick Balls from earlier, so we get decent chances to catch both of them. Quick Balls are like regular balls, except they can be thrown at the start of the battle to become more effective. We're catching these just to get through the actual battle tower itself. And also our other Pokemon instantly leveled up. This is what I mean, by the way, with all the editors taking forever. It used to take only one level at a time, by the way, but now they take multiple levels at a time. Okay, I'm gonna purposely add it to my party, switching Mew for that first. And then I'll switch Palkia out the second time. But anyways, I want a Pelipper because I want to lead with Pelipper because it has Drizzle. And from there, I could just swap it out using other stuff. I don't know if I have Baton Pass, but if I do, I could just swap over to Empoleon using that. Otherwise, I'll have to switch manually. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Well, I'll learn from this even if it, I'll learn from this and have to redo it even if it catches it, which it likely will. Yep. I should have looked a little bit closer. Whoops. But yeah, remember all the catching stuff I did? Yeah, I kind of have to do a lot more of that. Unfortunately, the earliest trained Pokemon that you can get close to it are on this route. And since I knew that the rain team was kind of good in the last one, since I can't do it manually in this, I'm gonna have to create the rain team manually in this. I'll just send you to a box since you're not the correct Pelipper. And I'll try to go around for other stuff. By the way, all this is done live. At first I thought you were I was strong enough to do other setups, but apparently they want me to try the battle tower at least once. And I also want to make a good first impression on it too, so the best thing I have, at least besides Empoleon, is to have the battle tower's special effect. I guess I could teach them all Surf too, but I'm not going to be AV training them like I usually do, so I'm gonna have to do things a bit differently. Dang it. That is so unlucky. I've gotten 2 or 3 of them in a row where... Oh, but they've all not had Drizzle. I'm looking for Drizzle, which is an ability that allows the thing to rain immediately. Alright. I'm still keeping Palkia in my party, of course, because I want to use one of his weaker moves to hopefully make catching it's a bit easier, should I happen to fail my Quick Ball, but I don't think that will happen. And no, by the way, the original game was never like this. They never force you to do the Battle Tower this early, but yeah. And you can see this is a good reason why I mentioned the Soul Challenge doesn't continue past this point. Because if it did, then it would basically be dead before the bonus part even happens. Because it would just seem like nothing ever happened or whatever. And yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, no Drizzle! What is this? Look! Drizzle always activates at the start, by the way, so he had it, he would already have it activated, but for some reason, there's not a Pokemon with Drizzle. My goodness. And by the way, I'm having this just so that I can supposedly have a good chance of winning this, because Samper on his own can't really do a lot. He needs stuff like rain and other boosting items to make stuff good. Beyond that, my actual strategy is probably just going to be Choice Spec Surf everybody down. And if something gets bad and I cannot Choice Spec Surf something down, I'll swap to one Pokemon, like sort of a bait setup, and then I'll swap back to him so that he can use a different stuff, and hopefully that alone does good work. Beyond that, I have no choice but to do the Battle Tower. I wish you could skip it, but for some reason you can't. As for the actual setup I'll do, if I do run the Battle Tower in this, I'll probably run it as a double battle like I did before, so that I can have not just also add like someone with other stuff, but I also want to make the water team slightly better. Like, I want to not only have Pelipper as a main, but I also want to be able to switch Pelipper out to maybe something that has Storm Drain so that it and Empoleon could just spam Surf, and that would really help just destroy a lot of opponents. Maybe my second Pokemon could have moves like Grass Knot and other stuff to take out any opponents with Storm Drain, while Empoleon would do most of the work with Surf. I think that would be really cool. If there were rental teams in this game, it would certainly be a lot easier to just run with them. Unfortunately, there's no rental teams. They must have removed that just because everybody was using them. So they made it basically so you have to train it like you did normally. I will say, when I first found out about the rain team setup, I was really surprised to find that the rain team was this busted. I thought it was weak, but clearly that I am being mistaken, and it is actually pretty strong. And yes, all wilds would have already done Drizzle at the beginning, and it supposedly is 50-50 whether or not it'll have Drizzle or not, but for some reason it's not popping up, and I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie. There we go, frickin' finally. Like 10 plus tries just to get that. Told you it existed. It was just odd that it wasn't appearing sooner. I should probably name him something like A just to make sure that I remember what I have to do. Okay, I don't think it's any name, but I don't have any water type moves, so since I had that broke out, I'm gonna have to try something else instead. Dust Balls won't work. Alright, I'm gonna have to go with this. Yeah, that is not good luck. It breaking out right off the bat. So we're gonna have to switch to our legendary. First time we've had to switch in a while. To be fair, we need a lower acre Pokemon though. Alright, we're gonna start with you and then probably switch to maybe Tentacruel afterwards. Hopefully one of them has a stat move. I don't remember what these Pokemon have otherwise. Alright. I'm just gonna use this. And then I need something that resists it afterwards. Also, just realized since it has Stockpile, it can just heal itself. Whatever it's using, it's certainly using some really odd moves. Oh, that was almost a bit much, actually. But we got it to red, which means now we can safely catch it. Or at least attempt to catch it. Because I didn't buy Pokeballs accepting the Quick Balls to get the job done, I didn't expect it to go this bad. But anyways, there we go. That just shows you how much different things can change. The weaker Pokemon got upgraded again. I'm not gonna learn that on him. Oh. I'm gonna add to the party, swapping it with Palkia. Alright, and with that we can finally frickin' get out of here. Oh man, gosh, this is so annoying. That's what will happen in a solo challenge. Pretty much every other playthrough would have just used whatever Pokemon they had and do other stuff. But me, I actually had to formulate a team for once. So, because of that, I guess I'm just gonna... Alright. Well, into the battle tower we go. We have no choice but to do this. There is no way to skip this, so I have to battle. I absolutely must battle. Apparently there's no... Alright. Oh wait, and I have to remove that other one as well. Thankfully that's easy to remove, just switch this out. So I have to remove all legends and mythicals. So yeah, as you can see, any of the legendaries are by default banned. You can't use them in battle. Guess I'm bringing Bidoof with me and actually wait, no, I already have a B-Barrel. Let's bring a Starly instead. Alright, there we go. Oh, and we have an egg hatch. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I had a Manphy egg this entire time. Alright. Now we have a Manphy as well. Manphy I don't want to actually use unlike the others, because I might want to use it somewhere else, but it's not worth like showing, so we're gonna remove that. Okay, single battle room. And, oh wait, whoops. I should probably give them items. Alright, Pelipper, you're gonna get something in just a minute. I forgot. I don't have a Focus Sass, do I? I'll just have to go with something else, but I'm giving you a Choice Specs. Drop its Mystic Water for that. I don't know what else to do. I guess I'll just give them both citrus berries. Alright. Give to you. And give to you. That's like the next best thing I could do. Alright. Here we go. Single battle room. I don't know what I'm doing at. Oh. Citrus berry is also banned. Wow. Excuse me. There's so many cheap things that this game just doesn't like. Put back in bag. Oh crap, they used to allow items in that, but I guess not. Ah. Oh crap, that's so annoying. Alright. Here we go. You, then you, and then you. Alright. So we have to do this. We could have just done this with weaker Pokemon and failed on purpose, but I wanted to make the team at least worthwhile. So, here we go. Literally forced into this. There is no way we can't visit the Battle Tower, and you have to do this at least once. So I guess this is our first and only intro to the Battle Tower, since I don't actually plan on doing the full run of this. So anyways, we'll have to go until we either lose or win. It's really up to us. If I was smart, I would probably give the other characters Baton Pass so I could just switch straight into other characters, but, who knows. Alright. Well, here we goes. First and probably only time we'll have to battle in this. Oh, looks like they do keep the same level as before. So it means only my, Empoleon can do any work, but that's completely fine. Alright. Guess we're, tackling this. Surf spam time. My other Pokemon are gonna be used as backup. If I can't, use Surf on a Pokemon, then I'll just use something else altogether, but I might use it on all of them, even if it resists. That's about the only strat I have, but otherwise, yeah. We'll just see how far we can go. From what I'm guessing, the way this works is we basically, the game won't allow us to go to the next spot in the storyline until we've done the Battle Tower at least once, win or lose. Meaning the fastest way of doing this could be to just lose on purpose, so that way you could at least finish other stuff. Of course, I want the battle points, so I'm gonna win. And the only strategy I know is the Rain Team strategy, so that's what I'm doing. If I was actually doing a step-up, I would play with double battles and have a Storm Drainer as one of my second Pokemon. So that way I could just use either Water Absorb to heal that or something else. So that we can at least do effective stuff. Beyond that, I'm just going to keep on using Surf and hope for the best. I'm doing this just because I want to keep this at least fair. Now, because this is the first tier, the different Pokemon are all going to be pretty weak. There might be some strong ones, but otherwise, pretty easy for the most part. So there's nothing we should be worried about, but who knows? As for actual training, when I come back, I'd have a much better team set up, because of course I want to EV train some of them. As for how I'm gonna farm BP in this game, I don't know a good strategy other than just, yep, these Pokemon to level 50, getting them special stuff, and then, yeah, nothing much else. But yes, I start with Helper just for the purposes of setting up Rain on the first turn, and then I switch to Zamper with Tri-Specs. That's about the only good strategy I have, but thankfully Surf is already pretty overpowered on its own, so we shouldn't have to worry about these early Pokemon, but it is possible that we might get destroyed by something, I don't know. So you may as well call this a Polion solo run if you want, but there's no way you can do this without 3 or more Pokemon, so of course you have to keep going. But yeah. Honestly, I feel kind of annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. This bonus setup, I feel kind of annoyed that you're forced into the battle tower this early. It should just be an optional thing like it is in Sword and Shield. Like, you shouldn't have to just do this as part of a requirement to do other stuff. You should just be able to do this whenever you want. I don't know why it would do other stuff. By the way, Encore doesn't really matter because I have to use Surf anyways to take him out. So, yeah. Literally does nothing. Wait a minute. That hits him! Your dive does nothing! Because I have Surf, I could just hit him underwater anyways, even though there is no water here for some reason. Okay, I'll probably end up ending the video after this because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of annoyed that I have to do this at all. All I'm pretty sure it checks for is facing at least one set of these. So maybe just battle one battle, take a break, or do something else. But I don't see why I wouldn't do that. I'm probably just gonna keep doing it normally. Why do these tubers have fire-type Pokemon, by the way? I'll never understand that. Well, I guess in Battle Tower, they just tend to have completely random teams. Funnily enough, while the game does have random team setups, once you actually get a specific team and realize it, it'll be the same setup each time, and it'll have the same moves, everything. However, the order they come out and what moves they use are still technically random, in case anybody didn't know how the Battle Tower works. This means you might see multiple stuff appear at once. Also, one big problem with this is when somebody uses a different move, it gets really annoying because then I have to change to someone else to then put up rain again, and then change to other stuff to put out another rain. It's just really annoying. And they mentioned that these trainers are all across the world. When they say that, they mean it. All of these trainers have Pokemon from different regions in addition to the normal Pokemon, making them completely different than what they usually are. Okay, well, now it's time to switch to set up other stuff. So as you can already see, this is... And see, as Water Absorb, I have no choice but to swap. Normally I could use other moves to do stuff, but because I can't do that, I have no choice but to just swap to Pelipper here, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to switch back to Apollyon and use Ice Beam as its move the second time around. This will get rid of the Earth, replacing it with Rain instead. Surprisingly, it survived, probably because it's so tanky. Of course, because I didn't set it up with anything, it's got... I don't think any attacking moves other than Stockpile to Spit Up. That's the only thing that does damage, and that's pretty terrible. I'll definitely set it up with HMs next time. Okay, so now I should be able to use different stuff. So we'll use Ice Beam. And there we go. See, we're not packing at all. Hetnia is kind of an odd one, Grass, to have Water Absorb, but I'm pretty sure we'll understand it. Alright. Darn it, another water type. That is not nice when they do that multiple times in a row. So just like before, we'll have to do swapping just to get through this. If we get lucky with certain Pokemon, we might just be able to use Grass Knot through everything, but otherwise, if we get a bad Pokemon, we'll have to do other stuff. I may as well show that you have to switch, by the way. So let's see here. Try to use Surf. The choice specs only allows the use of Grass Knot. So, yeah. The only way to switch moves is to first switch to a different Pokemon like this. And then you have to switch back. By the way, this is a Ghost-type Pokemon, so if he has Mean Look, then we might be screwed. That's one thing that's quite annoying. I know for a fact these guys have Mean Look, probably, and I do not want them to use it, because if it's trapped against a Water Absorb Pokemon, then I have no choice but to use something else altogether. That's one thing I've realized, because I can't just switch against everything. Also, I'm not sure if friendship setups work, by the way, so that means Scamper will probably keep this earn until the end of the battle. It'd be silly if they had a reason to hate that. And now the rain's gone because we took too long, but it's fine. I think we can keep going this time. Oh yeah, okay. It's not too bad. Again, most of these Pokemon are pretty weak since it's still only the first tier, but they get strong pretty quickly. It doesn't take up until once you get closer to the end. There are a lot more battles. They also start having some really trolly and strategic teams that you have to face off against, some of which are really annoying. By the way, I can't get BP unless I win 7 in a row, just so you know. I'm rich. That's all he wants to say, huh? I find it kind of annoying that we are forced into this at all. I like how his name is Cortez, by the way, which is another person who's technically glitched from some other game that I can't really remember. I feel like that I have to tell you just like summer stuff. Beyond that, probably just gonna do the same strategy again. Ideally, the team that we're facing just doesn't have a Water Absorber or Water type at all, because then we could just surf them down. It's a good thing we have this Pokemon, otherwise it would be really difficult. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if people have a potential strategy where to do a speedrun of this, they just lose the first battle on purpose. And they'll be like, oh, you went to the Battle Tower, now you can go to the thing. As funny as that is, though, I feel like that might not necessarily be the best strategy, so I'm gonna do it the regular way. Oh, hello, this guy actually has a starter, by the way. But it's Chimchar, one of the weaker ones. Of course it has a frickin' Focus Sash. Somehow I knew that would happen. Huh. Interestingly, it says the Focus Sash doesn't get used up, but that's just the way it is on this. Okay, that's a bit annoying, but at least we could deal with that. Keep in mind, even if it dies, they still have to get through 2 different Pokemon. Now that I think of it, if I have a bunch of defense on the other characters using certain saps, if Alipur had the same moveset but also had Baton Pass, then he could straight up pass up the defenses to Mr. Polion at some point and just make stuff happen. Oh, by the way, he's technically using a banned move, but this is Battle Tower, who cares? In multiple other generations and other stuff, evasive moves have been lately banned because they are very trolly. Of course, the AI doesn't have a problem using them, so of course they're gonna throw them in just to be extra trolly, but thankfully we hit him, which is good. Otherwise that could have been really bad. I'd be surprised if I actually, So, again, I do not get any, bonuses for stopping early. I have to at least battle 7 times. That's when I, then get the ability to stop. It's almost always been like that in the Battle Tower. It'd be silly if it does other stuff. This guy has a different name, but it has the same Pokemon, which is pretty odd. This means we may have gotten the same team twice. Just because he has a different Pokemon doesn't mean he has the same team, though. We'll see if he has the same team. Either way, he is starting off the same way he did before. With a Duel. And, by the way, there are multiple teams that work really good for using the field setup. In fact, if I had a Pikachu or even Raichu with Thunder, I can use the Rain and swap in Pikachu as a backup to use Thunder as a move instead. Oh, great. Light screen is always super annoying to deal with. This is one of the big counters against this kind of team, although I probably do have enough power to get through it due to their Pokemon being weak. Screen infamously can just be really bad sometimes. I forget, sometimes this guy will have Water Absorb in addition to other stuff, but one thing I do know is very likely if it doesn't have Water Absorb, it'll have Poison Point instead, meaning I could technically just kill it the way it is, which I'll probably try and do. As it doesn't use up. There's Giga Drain. That's what I didn't want to see. Oh, we may not kill it in one hit. As you can see, Choice Specs, if you know what to use it with, is definitely a broken item. Of course, it only allows the use of one move, so that really balances it out quite a bit. Okay. Well, just one more battle left, and we'll be done. He says... This L is straight up taunting me, saying, you look weak. I could end this, but I'm not sure if that's the thing you should be thinking about. By the way, Swablu in this side thing here, Swablu, not actually Dragon at first, at least what I know from what I remember about the game. It doesn't become a Dragon flying until it becomes evolved, so right now I think it's just a flying type. If that's the case, then we could just take it down in one hit like we do the others. Ooh, and... okay, no, it didn't have other hams. By the way, addition to different Pokemon having different setups as they go through, the Pokemon in the later series also start having items on all of their Pokemon, like aggressive Pokemon will have what's known as the Fire or Water Orb, which at first damages them, but allows them to do more damage back. Like, for example, Fire-type Pokemon with the Fire Orb, which doesn't technically burn them and allows them to do extra damage. Normally, it burns the Pokemon after you do a specific setup, but if you use that... By the way, this thing is sturdy. It's probably gonna survive. Maybe not. Okay, it didn't have sturdy. But anyway, yeah. Nothing much else to say there. Okay. And there we go. We're done. Only 3, of course, but we could get more as we go on. So I had to literally confirm save that, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten anything else. Now we have to go back and see if that perhaps changed the cutscene thing or whatever. Yeah, I already visited a battle tower, you jerks. Okay, there's lots of, hidden stuff there. Alright, well. Save my progress, and I guess I'll be right back when I go to a different episode. Until then, I hope I'll see you guys in the next video, and like you enjoyed. I'd comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.